Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I am the Accord, and we are turning the gamma down slightly at the beginning of this episode. And also, I want to look at the unlockable we have unlocked. We can change our beam color. How nice. Although I'm curious as to what goat mode is. So we could have a nice green if we wanted to. Or even a pink. We'll stick with the default for now. But if you have a preference as to a color, please leave it in the comments below. And we'll start off with the cool jump. Oh, I almost died? Oh, we're in a story area. Oh, that is thumbnail material if I decide to go with just screenshots again. Well, let's get into it. And by it, I mean this tent.
For how long had Fred been gone?
I'm not sure. A couple of months, I think. Less than half a year for sure. I remembered hiking with him the summer before, but when I counted the days in his journals and from when I last saw him, it didn't make sense. Maddie said that she had known him all her life. Maybe she meant it figuratively. Like she didn't.
Oh, look at those.
Like when you say you'll die if you don't get a puppy for your birthday.
That's true, though.
I'm sorry. Of course it is.
That's some cute dialogue between the father and daughter. Anyway, let's read these. So, first things first. Happy birthday, Uncle Fred. Mom says you are 4 times as big as me now. Me, 10. You, 40. Then we have the 4 10-year-olds stacked up to make a Fred. Fred Gable Observations. The substance that seems to have triggered the quickening of the eggs is a bluish crystal with a fluorescent effect. I have seen fluorescent materials before, but none that shines as bright as this. Moreover, to my knowledge, these minerals need to be exposed to ultraviolet light to emit visible light, which makes the crystal's luminescence a mystery. I vaguely remember something about electromagnetic radiation having a similar effect, but that seems impossible in this cave. Why these crystals had an effect on the eggs remains a mystery as well. I made some experiments on one of the crystals I found, and it seems like they contain some sort of chemical energy that could be harnessed as electricity. I have yet to collect materials for a proper electrical circuit, but my initial experiments look promising. 5 days after arrival, me and the frog people have found a place to build a village. There seems to be plenty of fish, and the people are using my old trash to build makeshift shacks. I can't wait to start my research on this race. This is the discovery of the century. And I thought this one came before this one, yes. 27 days after arrival. I named one of the little froglings Madeline, after my old journey companion. I bet she would have loved this adventure. Anyway, the little frog lives up to her name, so curious and inventive, eager to learn as well. She even asked me to teach her how to write. To Fred from Maddie. And then finally this one. 42 days after arrival. I have examined the creatures in almost every way I can. I've documented their habits, their appearances, and their behaviors. I'm getting close to a complete report, and I wish I could somehow share this with my scientist colleagues at home. Now that I think about it, maybe I could build a new pad that would take me home again. Home sweet home. Well, I guess this makes more sense than Fred building a campsite all the way up there. But I am not going to admit that that was silly or anything of the sort, because it was a perfectly valid assumption. What's over here? A campfire. A marvelous throne. And what I assume is a wet floor sign. Ah, a garden. With carrots and what I think are leeks. But I'm no plantologist. Was a botanist? Never heard of it. I only know of plantologists. And now back to where we were. And I almost died. You guys need to fix this. And some tomatoes. And a cute little painting of what I assume is some sort of robot. And a beetle having fun. That's a way we can explore over that way. Oh my. What a handsome man. This is Fred, and I assume this is Maddie again. Some runes of some sort?
Did Fred have any kids of his own?
Nope, not that I know of. He lived alone. He didn't really have any time for a family, I guess. He was always away or busy with his inventions. He could be gone for months at a time. I never knew how soon I would see him again.
Don't you think he felt lonely then?
I think he was too caught up in his projects to feel lonely. It seems like he found new friends in the village, though. Maddie seemed to be especially fond of him, taking after all that he did. Maybe Fred was like a father to her.
She didn't have a real father, right? If she was born from an egg.
That's right. That's another thing we had in common.
Oh? We came from an egg?
Did Fred have any kids of his own?
That's just re-interacting with it.
Not that I know of. He lived alone. He didn't really have any time for a family, I guess. He was always away or busy with his inventions. He could be gone for months at a time. I never knew how soon I would see him again.
Don't you think he felt lonely then?
I think he was too caught up in his projects to feel lonely. It seems like he found new friends in the village, though.
Hello.
Maddie seemed to be especially fond of him.
I'm perishing.
Thinking after all that he did. Maybe Fred was like a father to her.
She didn't have a real father, right? If she was born from an egg.
That's right. That's another thing we had in common.
I was about to go for the long haul. Oh! We almost died again. This place is terribly unsafe. But I was about to go straight for that before I saw this.
A stranger in our halls. Welcome.
Hey.
Our name is Samuel, and we will do our best to assist you. Please tell us what brings you here.
I told him that I was looking for my Uncle Fred.
We should help. Do you know where he is?
Fred left us without a word. If you aspire to find him, we can share with you a sacred crystal, a power core. Fred used their kind to power his suit. You can have it if you return our Fred to us.
The crystal? Sweet!
Madeline, that was inappropriate. Your help will not be necessary. The crystal is not for you to have.
What? I want to help finding Fred. Why couldn't I?
Please, Madeline, that is impossible. None of us may enter the chasms. It is too dangerous.
What's the danger? If Fred can do it, so can I.
I say this for your own protection, Madeline. You are forbidden from entering the chasms.
Just because you're afraid of what's outside the village doesn't mean I am. I'm nothing like you. I'll never be.
We apologize. It is true that we want to keep her safe, but she does not understand. Behind us is the power core. Take it and go into the chasms. Find Fred, and if you see Madeline, take care of her. Be safe.
Nice watch. I was a little put off at first by the usage of the royal we. It's kind of a strange thing for Fred to introduce to these frog people. But let us collect the power core. Now we are unstoppable.
I felt a little uneasy about moving on into the chasms. If it was too dangerous for Maddie, would it be safe enough for me?
Oh. That's a sad face. What have we unlocked this time? I do not see what we have unlocked, so I'm going to pretend I didn't see that. One, two, and three. And another collectible. I thought these were much closer at first. I almost went for them. Oh no. No! I've done it again! I'm very bad at this. Come on. You know what? Maybe I do want to go here, huh? Maybe I'm delaying the inevitable. Okay, I definitely am. But I'm annoyed. Alright, think mini golf. Mini golf! And I bonked my head because I held too long. Oh. There. Oh!
Darkness swept over me as I left the glittering lights in the village behind me and headed for the ominous shadows of the chasms. As I entered the chasms, it struck me how much darker it was in there. The shadows were black as ink, and although I tried not to be afraid, I couldn't help but shiver.
Ooh.
Was it the darkness that frightened the villagers as well? Or was it something else?
Ooh. More of these runes I don't understand. Genius idea, Accord. Instead of... I completely lost my train of thought, but instead of grappling, you can sprint. They have that feature for a reason.
Maddie?
That sign
Hi.
can't stop
I'm
me.
glad you came.
Oh, that sign won't
Sorry
stop me,
about
because
back
I
then.
can't read.
I just get so frustrated. They cling so desperately to what they know, won't ever do anything new. It feels better when Fred is around, but...
I told Madeline I didn't mind, and I asked her what she was doing with the book.
Oh, this? These writings? It's like a secret language. They're done by people who left the village long ago. They're called the Strays, but no one wants to talk about them. I started translating their language with help from a stray book that Fred found. This one says, "Don't move when the eye is open," I think. I wonder what it means. Whatever. We should get going. Why don't you take me on your back? It'll be faster if you carry me. I used to piggyback on Fred all the time. Turn around and I'll hop up. You're not going to drop me.
Time
right?
to hit my head.
Okay, let's go.
Madeline climbed up on my back, and with the suit on, I could barely feel the extra weight.
Oh wait, can she translate The other one that was over there. Read for me, frog girl. Or not.
The winding, narrow tunnels felt like they were closing in on me. They were oddly long and twisting, almost like someone or something had dug them out. With Maddie on my back, I had to be careful not to bump her head on the ceiling.
Oh, that goes well with me immediately trying to bang her head on the ceiling earlier.
Farewell, old life. Let us start anew. The Strays were ordinary people living in the village long ago. They disagreed with the old traditions and left to form their own village, or they were thrown out for misbehaving. The stories differ a bit.
Come on. No! Tragedy. Now we've got it.
Seemingly bottomless pits loomed below us, everywhere in the cave. The further we got, the more I felt like what faint light existed down there was getting fainter. I was really glad that I wasn't alone.
Oh no. Now we've got it.
Beware. Of what?
I don't have a good feeling about this, Madeline. Well, that wasn't ominous.
I'd never heard a creature sounding as terrifying, and I imagined it wouldn't be happy about visitors.
Okay, it seems like we're supposed to go that way. Which means I'm going to try to go this way. Oh, what are these things?
You really missed Fred, didn't you?
Yeah, I sure did. I used to go to my uncle's house every single day after school to check if he was home. I loved it when he was. I got to help him with his inventions, and he told me stories of his adventures.
Like you and me, Dad.
Oh, yes. My mother didn't like it, though. She didn't want me to be there at all. Called it too dangerous. I didn't understand why then. It made me upset.
But Fred and Grandma were brother and sister. Why did they fight?
They weren't fighting, really. They were just different from each other. I longed for the time when I would be old enough to follow along on one of Uncle Fred's expeditions. But my mother never let me go willingly. Fred assured her that it would be all right. but she never seemed to stop worrying.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
See that glowing plant over there? I bet something will happen if you use your grapple on it.
Where? I don't know if you realize this, Madeline, but almost every plant here is glowing.
Told you so.
Ah. Any more plants I can hit? Oh.
It is really dark down there. You're not scared, are you? 'Cause I'm not.
Well, you're an idiot.
Fred has been with my people since the first villager was born. He helped us build the village, taught us how to speak, and helps us with everything. He taught me how to read and write as well. That's how I could learn to read the writing on the walls.
Well, Fred does very fast translating work then. Oh. I'm going to pretend that didn't happen. I just heard one of those collectibles. Hello? Oh. It's hard to keep track of things. Goodness. I hear it somewhere. Oh.
Ah! Back! Get back! Whoa! Dude! I think I figured out what that writing was going on about. Maybe we shouldn't charge right out in front of that thing. Remember what it said. Don't move when the eye is open.
Well, I think that's as good a note as any to end this episode on. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, for joining me for this episode of A Story About My Uncle. If you've made it this far, I would appreciate it if you could leave a like and a comment. Perhaps even subscribe if you're so inclined. But that is all I have for today. Thank you, and I shall speak to you all in the next video.